The release of the so-called Panama Papers.
The Panama Papers.
These disclosures about outrageous tax havens.
The same system that politicians and the mega wealthy and billionaires are using is also being used by criminals.
We're talking about hardcore corruption.
Governments are on alert. Powerful figures the world over swimming in scandal.
This company was not got a penny from Ukraine.
All trying to explain why they, their allies, or their families had offshore shell companies. Legal, sure, but the optics aren't good.
Well, it's not been a great week.
The Panama Papers are a chronicle of hidden cash stashed behind an army of lawyers and proxies. The law firm that provides those services says it was hacked.
¿Quién está investigando el hackeo?
The leak has laid bare what a hacker with an agenda can do in a post-WikiLeaks world.
Come on, fire!
In 2010, WikiLeaks became a household name by revealing the grim toll of America's wars, acting as a middleman, linking data from anonymous sources to the media.
The innovation that WikiLeaks brings is actually working with journalists. Here's this data, you can publish it, you can analyze it, and release it to a news-reading public that will find this useful and actionable.
End mass surveillance.
In 2013, Edward Snowden went public with America's vast government surveillance programs, which he believes violate the U.S. Constitution. And he took leaking to a professional level.
Snowden cuts out the intermediary partner and just interfaces directly with journalists at great personal risk.
Living in exile, he's a hero to those who want to keep powerful institutions in check.
He's been able to maintain an active presence. Like, you can't go to a conference about your rights on the internet or, freedom of the press without Snowden showing up in a big telepresence robot and giving a stump speech about the importance of freedom and democracy.
To what do we owe a greater loyalty? To the law or to justice?
In Snowden's words, courage is contagious. Whoever's followed in his footsteps with the Panama Papers has already upset business as usual.
I would like the Prime Minister to resign.
Everybody's just fed up with this.
Everyone knows that oligarchs don't pay taxes. Everyone knows that corporations routinely hide their profits. Those aren't news stories because there's so much of the background static. What these leaks let you do is talk about the static.
We've had another reminder in this big dump of data coming out of Panama that tax avoidance is a big global problem.
They let you talk about the things that everybody knows but nobody wants to think about.
A lot of it's legal, but that's exactly the problem.
And as leaks prove their power, hacktivism itself has joined popular culture.
Greetings, citizens of the world.
Hackers under the amorphous banner of Anonymous have taken down the websites of governments and large corporations, leaked files, pressured politicians.
The unjust restrictions you impose on us will meet with disaster and only strengthen our resolve.
Regardless of whether or not Anonymous is numerically large, the cultural currency behind the concept of Anonymous and the concept of hacktivism, which has now been inextricably tied to Anonymous as a brand, is what gives them their power.
We may never really know how the Panama Papers got leaked, but any activist would jump to have that kind of impact, and cyber savviness is spreading.
You'll just have activist movements where everybody knows how to deal with these pieces of technology, and more people will know how to code, and more people will know how to deal with exploits and how to get into systems.
Hacktivists have a will, leakers have a way. And right now, somewhere, the powerful have secrets that don't stand a chance.